Hello and welcome to another Creative Corner session. Today we are doing things a little bit different. We had two in-person sessions today, one at 2 o'clock and one at 4 o'clock. But for those of you that didn't want to come or couldn't for whatever reason that may be, I'm going to be doing a step-by-step tutorial today as well. We're working with Dreamcatchers. So with that, let's go ahead and go over some of the materials you'll need, and we'll go ahead and get started with the workshop. Alright everyone, so as far as our supplies goes, it is relatively simple. We are going to need some feathers, some wooden beads, or you can use glass beads if you would like to. You will need some string. We also have a 20-inch piece of 26 gauge wire. If you want to work thinner or thicker, that is totally your preference. We need some suede lace, which I have complementary colors for dark purple and light purple. And this is kind of what we're striving for today. So the wire itself is going to be the frame for the Dreamcatcher. Then you're going to wrap it, which we'll go into a little bit later, but you're going to wrap it around the wire, and then you're going to use the same lace to make the holder for both the feathers as well as the hanging portion of it. The string goes in the middle, and then of course this one I made with glass beads, but we're going to try with wooden beads too as well. And then the feathers are going to go towards the end. If you are interested in doing this at home and you weren't able to attend any one of the live workshops that we hosted earlier today, you're more than welcome to request one of these supply kits. And in your supply kit, you'll receive everything that you'll need in order to make your very own Dreamcatcher. So again, the suede lace, the feathers, the wooden beads, basically everything you see on this side of the table. With that, let's go ahead and jump into our workshop, and I'll give you a step-by-step how to make your own Dreamcatcher. Alright everyone, with your piece of wire, if it's folded up or coiled up, you're going to go ahead and unravel it, and then what you're going to do is tie the two ends together. Once you have your two ends together, go ahead and squeeze it together. Then you'll have a loop. Make a figure eight, fold it over, and then you'll have a single double loop. I don't know how else to describe it. But once you have that done, you're going to get your suede lace. I like to put it in where you tied the two wires together. And this is going to be the tricky parts, because you need to wrap the lace all the way around the wire. While you do this, you want to make sure to keep the lace kind of tight, pushing everything together. You want to make sure that when you're done, you don't want to see the wire underneath it. So again, keep it nice and firm, tight, and just keep wrapping the lace along the wire, and we'll be back pretty soon. As you can see, I wrapped the lace all the way around the wire, so we'll go ahead and finish that up. And once you're done, you'll go ahead and cut off what's left. I know I am going a little super fast, but it does take time to wrap this leather lace all the way around the wire. Once you're done, to go ahead and cut off the excess. So we got a great start to our Dreamcatcher. In your supply kit, you'll also get a piece of string. I like to tie the string as close to the top as possible. And we're going to start weaving. I like to keep my loops in even pairs. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your string, go over your Dreamcatcher, under it, and through the loop that you made. When you do this, you want to keep it relatively loose until you start going towards the middle, and then that's when you'll go ahead and tighten your loops. Once you have your starter loops on the outside, you're going to do the same thing, but during the inner loop portions of your loops. I don't know how else to describe it. But you're going to go through your loop and then just bring it back. You can tighten it a little bit as you progress. And don't worry about keeping your circle shape of your Dreamcatcher, because we'll fix that after we're done with this. So again, it's through the circle that you made, and then back through the hole from the bottom, and then just pull it just a tad bit. There's a lot of through and through motion. Then to finish it off, we're going to tie a little bit of a tie on the very end, and then you'll just cut off the excess string that you have. And then all you have to do is put it flat, work out the shape so it's more circle. Then with whatever lace you have left over, you're going to kind of measure out how long you want. Typically you want to do at least 3. So you have your middle, Your end pieces are going to be a little bit shorter. And all I'm doing is tying the leather laces with a single knot at the very bottom. Then I like to get a little bit of hot glues so that way it stays in place. And I keep messing up my shape of my dream catcher as I'm doing this. Attaching one of our wooden beads. Getting your hot glue. Adding just a small amount on the end. Now you have your feathers attached. The last thing you need to do is make your hanging loop. I'm going to go ahead and measure out just a small portion of the lace. I know that's not the best, but gotta make do with the supplies we have. You just gotta mess with it to get the shape that you want. You may need to work with thicker wire. So, like I mentioned, we worked with 26 gauge, which is unusual because I believe that this wire is the same that's in these ones too as well. And I see what I did for the loopy thing, which I'll probably fix later. Some of the other things you can do, I believe this is twine. You can get thinner string, and you can actually loop beads. I believe I used glass beads for these other two. And then I believe I made the wire inside these other two just a tad bit longer too. But you can work with thicker wire like I mentioned before. You can work with thinner string. For the ends, I also have more feathers in some of these other ones. And all of these other feathers are faux or fake leather, not leather, feathers. So they're not actually real. They look real though. And I chose a wide assortment of different ones. It's up to you how you want to do this. And then you can see that I tied the main portions of it differently compared to this one that we just did today. Thank you for joining me on today's Creative Corner session. We worked on your very own Dreamcatcher. If you weren't able to attend our live sessions for whatever reason, we did our online workshop as usual, so that way you can actually do it at home if you want. We do have some supply kits available. All you have to do is just go to our website, scroll down about middle of the page, and request your very own supply kit, so that, like I said, that way you can do it at home. If you're not already, be sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and much more. You can also find it on the homepage of our website. With that, my name is Josh. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you for next week's episode.